There is political unrest spreading around the world. In Nigeria, there's a protest called End SARS going on, which is a protest against police brutality. SARS stands for Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and ironically, this squad is shooting people. The demonstrators are mostly young, and the demonstration started out peacefully, but police officers started using violent forces. The protesters have called for 5 core demands. First, justice for the families of victims of police brutality. Second, the immediate release of protesters. Third, retraining of SARS officers before they are redeployed to other police units. Fourth, an independent body to oversee investigations into police brutality. And lastly, increased wages for police officers so that they could protect citizens. As a response, Nigeria's Inspector General of Police announced that SARS would be disbanded on October 11th. And the president said that he acknowledges the excessive use of violence, and he will make sure that all people responsible for these wrongful acts will be brought to justice. However, people are skeptical. Very recently, a 17-year-old protester was tortured and he died. It showed that the government spoke blank words. People are reaching out to UK to put on sanctions for Nigerian government, and the UN called for an end to the escalation of violence. A similar situation of civil unrest has been in other parts of the world too. In Belarus, there has been one of the biggest political crises since Soviet Union. Since August, there has been falsified elections which led to opposition candidates being arrested or exiled, and the crisis is still going on. In Thailand, students are leading protests demanding for political reforms of the monarchy and ending military influence in politics. The army was ordered to crack down protesters. It is very disturbing that in this mid-pandemic, civil unrest is also spreading in many parts of the world. What is even more disturbing is that the police force has not been reliable to protect and serve the people. In times like this, we must think and reflect on what we value, what we protect, and how we voice our concerns. As you walk around campus, be sensitive to members of our community who love to call these places home. It is difficult to be separated from family and friends who find themselves located in this reality. Thank you.
The 40-year-old conservative right-wing female Judge Barrett was nominated by the president on September 26 to fill the vacancy of the previous Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The Senate's Judiciary Committee is responsible of confirming nominee for the justice and has begun discussion on this issue on October 12. Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham said the meeting may take 3 to 4 days, and there are 53 Republicans in the Senate. And if nothing unexpected happens, Barrett will be confirmed as a Supreme Court of Justice. And the party leader, Mitch McConnell, has stated that it will push the confirmation vote before November 3rd. In the Supreme Court of United States, 5 are conservatives. After Barrett fills the vacancy, the ratio of conservative of right-wing will be 6-3, which further strengthens the advantage of conservatives and which believe have an impact on further decision made by the United States. One of the questions is how Justice Coney Barrett may rule on Affordable Care Act, which is the President Barack Obama landmark healthcare law, which is popular among Democrats for bringing insurance coverage to millions. Restriction on insurers and healthcare makes it harder to access healthcare. It is a serious issue. Further, in the long term, people don't sign up for health insurance, which will receive a penalty. Should justice be shaped by conservative thinking? Is this an assumption or an actual threat to the justice system? What is that we are really fear?
Californian wildfires begin again due to fall heat waves. These conditions prompted power shutdowns over multiple counties and fire danger. More than 50,000 Californian utility customers were without power, and others all around the state were heavily urged to conserve electricity after a fall heat wave brought another round of extreme wildfire danger. The bushfire erupted early Thursday, October 15th, near Southern California Redlands. This fire triggered a small evacuation due to it growing to 100 acres. The Pacific Gas and Electricity Utility began shutting off power Wednesday evening to customers over 24 counties, mainly in the San Francisco Bay Area. These outages were a last resort option, stated by Mark Quinlan, who is PGE's incident commander. According to AP News, over 8,500 wildfires have burned more than 6,400 square miles in California since the beginning of the year. 31 people have died, and more than 9,200 buildings have been destroyed. There is no doubt these fires have affected thousands of American households, destroying their property, wildlife, and Californian nature. We can only hope that the fires will be contained soon and the burning will stop.